Good morning, boys and girls. Today's story is a story about collaboration and leadership. So this week, we are going to focus on ways that we can show leadership and ways that we can work together as a team. This is a topic that's very important, especially in a school setting for you guys, because there are a lot of opportunities where you get a chance to work together as a team, and sometimes putting our heads together to come up with a final answer or an end result is far better than working on your own. So you'll see that throughout the year and throughout your years in school period, you're going to find plenty of opportunities where you're going to collaborate and work together as a team. So I think that this topic is very important, not only for the school setting, but once you get older and once you get to a point where you are working, you're going to find yourself in those situations constantly, almost all the time. So you're going to see how we're going to go over some examples of teamwork and collaboration. You're going to see how they relate to you and how they relate to the job force. So without further ado, the book is called A Little Spot of Teamwork. Okay? Little Spot of Teamwork, a story about collaboration and leadership. Now, this book is written and illustrated by Diane Alber. That means that she both wrote the book and drew the pictures. Okay, so here we go. Little Spot of Teamwork. Hi, we are Little Spots of Teamwork. We are here to show you how to collaborate and be a good team. So what is a team? Does anybody know? Yeah, a team is two or more individuals working together to achieve a common goal. You might see a pair of people working together, a crew, or even a large group. I can do a lot by myself. Why do I need to be part of a team? Why do you think you need to be part of a team, boys and girls? Think about it a little bit. Good. Being part of a team is great in so many ways. You can make friends, build trust, and learn so much about yourself. You can also accomplish so much more working together than you can by yourself. Just look at the start of a giant snowman. Okay, so that giant snowman, it couldn't be a giant snowman without that big base, and that big base couldn't have been put there without, yeah, that's right, teamwork. So teamwork is very important, boys and girls. I like the part where they say here that it builds trust, you can make friends. That's very important. In school, you have all those opportunities where you can work together and collaborate with your friends. And throughout the year, when you're able to do that with more people, you just get that opportunity and that chance to talk to that person or that group of people. You start building trust, you start building a relationship with them. And that helps out in so many ways, that you're always going to have somebody that you know, that you've worked together with. So having that person that you can always go back to and talk to is very important. So there are so many places we enjoy every day because of a group of people. There's that bell again. Sorry. Okay, here we go again. There are so many places we enjoy every day because a group of people work together as a team. As a team. If you look around our city, just think of things that you see. You see buildings, you see parks, and you see schools. So all of those things, boys and girls, they were put together by a group of people. No one person did that alone. So just remember that. Think of these monumental tasks that people accomplish, and you'll always see teamwork behind that. So that's very important. It says schools, libraries, and community centers are examples of places built by a team of people. Okay? In teamwork, you collaborate a lot. What do you think collaboration is? The word collaborate. Good. Yeah, collaboration is when you have a group of people with a lot of different talents and skills working together to create something amazing. Technology like phones, computers, and robots require people to collaborate every day as a team to come up with the latest device. So, yeah, think of something like this, boys and girls. Hand sanitizer. Okay, well, somebody had to create the plastic, right? Somebody had to create the plastic that the hand sanitizer goes in. Somebody had to create the hand sanitizer. Somebody also created the labeling, okay? And then the plastic on top to dispense it, that maybe somebody else created it. So a lot of work goes behind simple objects that you see every day. So when you think about it, they're not really that simple. Think about whenever you see those objects or whenever you see anything around you, think of how many people it might have taken to create that product, okay? And you'll realize how important teamwork is and collaboration is. So what makes a good team? What do you think makes a good team, boys and girls? Great, that's a great question. Teamwork spots. Teamwork spots follow these 7 simple rules, okay? 1, they agree on a common goal. That's very important. You have to figure out what you want to accomplish, what you want to create, things like that before you even start your planning, right? Then it says you do your part. You listen to others. You encourage others. You share thoughts. You problem solve. And then you respectively disagree. It's okay to disagree when you're working as a team. But I think the key word here is respectfully, boys and girls. It's very important to respect the opinions of others, hear them through, and then see where you can find a common ground. Sports teams are a wonderful example of how a group of people work together to score points. Did you know the majority of teams, both in and out of sports, share a similar structure? Yeah, so if you see the second page here, that structure is you have a leader or a captain, and then you have your teammates. They have a leader, a captain, and their teammates, okay? So if you think of a leader, if you think of captains, boys and girls, don't look at them and kind of be, be upset that they're leaders or they're captains and you're not. A lot of times if you look at captains in sports teams, for example, these captains are captains because they've been with that team longer than any other team member. So for a good example would be, our old teams of the San Antonio Spurs. One of the persons that was there from the beginning and had the majority of the years there before they started winning championships was Tim Duncan. So they had Tim Duncan as their captain. And then all the other teammates kind of followed suit and would listen to him. So it was your team captain is kind of the extension of leaders that are higher up than him, okay? So, what makes a good leader? A leader's job is to guide the team to their goal. They can recognize the strengths and weaknesses of the team and make sure everyone stays on track. They are also good at encouraging the team and resolving conflicts, okay? Team leaders, one thing that they have in common, boys and girls, is that they're very level-headed and they're not quick to respond in a negative or positive way. They hear everybody out and they're able to take what they hear and come to an agreement on a conclusion as to what needs to happen, okay? What makes a good teammate? What do you think makes a good teammate? Good. A teammate's job is, like we said earlier, to follow the leader and do their part. They can do this by listening, working hard, and having a positive attitude, okay? So if you look around your school, boys and girls, our leader is Miss Gallardo. Now, there's a lot of teachers here, and not everybody agrees on everything. Not all of us have the same opinions. Not all of us think the same as everybody else. But one of the things that we do is that we're respectful to one another. We listen to each other. We have a positive attitude. So when you have that positive attitude, you're able to kind of, if let's say the day throws you a curveball and something goes wrong, that positive attitude's going to help you stay calm. It's going to help you figure things out, think a little bit more, stay a little bit more focused on the problem, and come up with a solution for that problem. So that positive attitude is very important. In every team, there can be a conflict. So we've talked about conflict before in PE. Remember, conflict is that problem that arises, right? So in every team, there can be a conflict. It's important that you learn how to respectfully disagree so the team remains on task and has no hard feelings. So remember, if we're not in a calm state, if we're not respectful towards one another, that conflict will never get resolved. We talk about conflict resolution and ways to resolve problems here in PE in a calm manner, in a respectful manner. So listening to each other is very important, okay? So let's look at this example. The teacher says, "What book should we read aloud today?" And the boy says, "Snippets." And the girl says, I'm not just a scribble. I want to read I'm Not Just a Scribble." So it's important to first stay calm. Step in and disagree. The first step in a disagreement is to stay calm and listen. This will let the other person know you respect them and their opinion. So look what the little boy says here. He says, "Snippets is better because it's about shapes." And the little girl is doing her part and she's listening. Find the good. Find the positive in what they are saying and use sentences that start with "I" when you're responding. When you start with "I," boys and girls, it lets people know that you are listening and that you're coming up now. You're coming back at them with what you think. Okay, so she says, "I hear what you are saying." So she lets them know that she's hearing him. But she says, "But Snippets is a good book. It's a great book." Share your thoughts and offer a compromise. So explaining why you don't agree and offering a compromise can show the person you are trying to find a resolution. So she says, "But," even though she thinks Snippets is a great book, she said, "But National Scribble Day is this week. How about we read Snippets next week?" So what she did is that she gave a reason why she wanted to choose. Choose the Scribble book. Okay, so the teacher says, "Well done. You are able to hear a great story and make amazing scribble artwork without fighting." So I take it the boy here ended up agreeing with her. And not only that, but she agreed to read his book next week. So it's kind of like our, whenever you guys are disagreeing and we tell you to play that rock, paper, scissors game and you agree to play the game, but you also have to agree on the outcome of that game, right? Win or lose or draw. Draw means you tie. So let's read a little bit about team building at home. It says there are a lot of ways you can be part of a team at home. Can you think of ways you can be part of a team at home? Think about it. Awesome. Yeah, you can help with cooking. You can help with chores around the house. So here it says cooking is so much fun as a team. One person can roll out the dough and the other one can stamp out the cookies. Okay, working together. Not only are you working together, boys and girls, but when you're working as a team at home with your family, guess what you're building? Yes, you're building memories. You're building memories. Remember we talked about being present. If you're present while you're working as a team cooking home, you're building those memories. Then after you cook, you taste the food, you start using your senses to remember that day. And guess what? Anytime you have cookies that kind of taste that way, or anytime you smell the aromas coming from the oven, that's always going to remind you of that teamwork that you worked together with you and your family, okay? So dinner time is another time when everyone can do their part and work together. There are several tasks to do. You can set the table, clean off the dirty dishes, clean the table, and sweep the floor. Helping also shows kindness to your caregiver. Yeah, your caregiver, your parents, boys and girls. Helping out around the house, it really helps your parents out. It tells your parents that you are grateful for them, that you respect them, and that you're there to help them. You're there to do your part around the house. It's very important. That's one of the big areas where you have that teamwork. So, also in school there are a lot of teams. Not only can students collaborate during projects, but they can share tasks like opening the door, changing the weather chart, or turning off the lights. And you can switch up the tasks every week so everyone can participate and help out the teacher. Yeah, I know, working in a school setting, I know that those jobs are always in the classroom setting. I've seen it in teachers. I used to do it when I worked as a third grade and second grade teacher. So yeah, you're always gonna have that opportunity to be part of a team. Even if it's not working on a particular project, just having jobs around the classroom, keeping your classroom tidy is a job. So you're always gonna be part of that team. So here the little boy says, I'm the caboose. I'm in charge of turning off the lights. I'm the weather changer. I'm in charge of updating the weather on this chart. I'm the line leader. I'm the door holder. Team building at school, boys and girls. You see it every day. It's important to constantly practice teamwork. You can do this with team building activities. This helps everyone learn how to work together. So I thought it'd be fun to try one. Today we are going to do a portrait of Scribble Spot together, since he is made from a team of emotions. So they're going to do a Scribble Spot from a team of emotions, very similar to the book that we read on regulating your emotions. Remember, you have all those different colors that mean a different emotion. So here they are, team building activity. It says, I never had anyone do my portrait before. So if you see, he's got the green in the middle, the blue, the yellow, the orange, and then the red. Scribble Scrap. Very similar to the color monster, right? Sure, you can make art by yourself, but you will learn so much more when you work as a team. By making one big giant portrait, you can practice problem solving by figuring out what design to do together. You can learn new techniques from your teammates and create new art that you would not have thought of yourself. Look at all these different spots and the way they use the colors, boys and girls. That's one thing of teamwork that I like a lot. Here they're showing an example of how the different people can come up with different ways of doing things. It's the same thing. The objective is the same, right? You're just seeing a whole lot of different examples. And that's important, boys and girls, because you see a lot of different ways of coming up with a solution or solving that problem. So here we go again. So, or if you just want everyone to have their own piece of art, we can each start with one piece of paper and pass the paper to the next person every 20 seconds. So each paper has a little art from every teammate on it. I like that technique too, how they're passing it around and everybody puts like their own stamp, their own technique on there. That's cool. Wow, I can see you really paid attention with all the teamwork advice. This is the most magnificent collaborative art piece I have ever seen. You were right. Working together as a team is so much fun. Working together as a team is so much fun. And that's the end of our book, boys and girls. A little spot of teamwork. So remember the things that we covered today. Collaboration, that's a tough word, but remember collaborating just simply means working together. Collaboration just simply means working together. And leadership. Leadership is important. Leadership is important. Being able to recognize somebody that has been around for a while, that kind of knows how to do several things, and is able to lead you, is able to take that captain spot when you're working together, is important. So whenever we do find people like that, it's important to kind of follow their lead. A good example is if you look at Coach Sandera and myself. When I first started as a PE coach about 5 years ago, Coach Sandera had already been a PE coach for several years. So she's got more experience than I do. So I knew as soon as I started, I knew that was going to be an opportunity. This opportunity that I had was going to be a good chance for me to see how Coach Sandera would do things and kind of follow her lead because she had more experience than me. And then maybe later on, as soon as I got more experience, kind of put my own twist to it. Now, I think one of the great attributes that a leader has too, and I learned that I saw this with Coach Sandera, is that after I gained some experience and I had my own ideas, she was able to agree on some of my ideas, and that was fun. As a team member, that was fun for me to see that she thought that some of my ideas were good and that she wanted to use them. So it's important as a leader too to kind of to see what your team, the strengths of your team members, and use some of them as well. So collaboration works in both ways, boys and girls. Having that great team leader, having that person that's a captain that can help us stay on task and do the things that we need to do, and then as a team being able to share our ideas, what we think might work too, and then having that leadership quality to say, oh, I think that's a good idea. I don't think that's such a great idea. But really working together, not taking it personally, not getting upset over things. Sharing our ideas is important as a team. So I encourage you all. One of the things that we do here at school a lot, there's a lot of clubs at school. I encourage you to try to take part in a club whenever the opportunity arises, just so that you can get that extra teamwork opportunity, okay? I know you see it in the classroom. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of working collaborative groups with your classmates in school. It's going to be important, boys and girls, as you grow older. You're to learn these skills. You're going to grow older, and you're always going to be handed those opportunities where you're going to be able to work in groups. So it's important to get those skills down. Those listening skills, those working together skills, and then also the listening and sharing skills that you need to be able to work as a team, okay? So these opportunities are always going to present themselves to you. I encourage you to take advantage of them. Try to work as a team. Try to work collaborative with each other, and have fun with it, okay? Accomplish something together. Bye-bye.